And there it is. How about that? Please stand by, getting set up. Well, I say please stand by. Hell, I may not have any viewers left after being gone that long. Well, I think most of the regulars will find their way back. Lost a couple of subscribers on the trip, and man, I'll tell you what, I'm on a little early, I know, but am I tired? Holy crap. Got home yesterday evening. Over 4,018.1 miles. That is the final tally. And hello, Franklin. How are things in Florida? There was a couple people I know down there were affected by the hurricane. Hopefully you came out okay. My cousin and his fiance booked it to Jacksonville. Their house was okay, a lot of trees down. And, oh boy, then another guy I know in Goldenrod, John LaManna, he actually writes he does a periodical, it's a newsletter actually, would be the more accurate description, a Strat-O-Matic newsletter, LaManna's Baseball Bulletin. If you're not familiar with him, check that out. You can look that up. And yeah, he's in Goldenrod. I was supposed to play him in a playoff series, and that got postponed 5 days, and then by then I had to be on the road, start my return trip. Mookie, oh man, he held up amazingly on the road. And I did 2 streams from my friend's house in Aliso Viejo. How are things now, Franklin? You're all right, obviously. That's the most important thing. How about your residents? And this cat, I'm telling you what a road warrior. Over 4,000 miles for Mookie. Well, some of those miles didn't include him. Sometimes he stayed at the house, so that's not quite accurate. That's how many I drove, 4,018.1. And but he was there for the bulk of it. I think he was happier than I was to get home. Anyway, it was a good time. Let's see if I can chip off some of the rust and get back into the groove here. We've got the Cubs at the Braves. This is the first game of May the 21st, the second of a 4-game series. Cubs won the game in real life 7-6, and we've got Fergie Jenkins versus Tony Cloninger today. So let's take a look at those pitchers. Jenkins with a good card, and of course, you guys know by now, an all-time favorite of mine. Cloninger, known as much for his bat as for his pitching. 4.12 though, pretty good year that year. Hits allowed almost even with innings pitched. Did walk a few. Hello there, Mike. Thank you. It's good to be home. Looking at the stats here now, Jenkins in our replay, and this is just his numbers with the Cubs. He's been in 10 games, all in relief, 1 and 2 with a pair of saves, 4.57 ERA and 22 innings of work. For Cloninger, he's made 9 starts, 1 relief appearance. He's 2 and 6 with a rather high 5.46 ERA, 56 innings of work. So we're going to set these guys up. Cloninger will pitch first. He's at home. I'm going to play with the lighting a little bit here. I don't like that setting. Trying to find one that works for my eyes again. That's decent. That's a little bright. That might be the best one for me today. It's probably the one that was already on. Okay, let's get you the Cub lineup. We'll get started here in just a minute. Adolfo Phillips will lead it off in center. Glenn Beckert at second base hits 2. Billy Williams plays right field and bats third. Ron Santo, the cleanup man, at third base. Ernie Banks at first base in the 5 spot. Byron Brown is in left field hitting 6th. Randy Humney will do the catching and hit 7th with Don Kessinger at short and Jenkins, the pitcher, rounding out the lineup. Atlanta will have Joe Torre behind the plate. Felipe Alou will play first today. And hello there, Kelly. Welcome back. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to be back. Braves infield again. Felipe Alou at first. Bowling and Woodward up the middle. Dennis Menke at third. The outfield left to right of Carty, Jones, and Geiger. And yes, I am taking poetic license here with the lineup. Alomar started at second base, but he only batted once and was pinch hit for him. When I was on the road, I'd already made out this score sheet. I had intended to broadcast this game from Casa Cape Coral. That did not happen, however. I didn't have my Alomar card with me. So since I've already written it out, I'm just going to go with bowling. We're taking 1 at bat away from the non-carded Alomar. I don't think it's a big deal. Cubs 14 and 16, and they've been hot of late. Braves a disappointing 15 and 21. And hello, Joel Horland. I was in your state a long time, Joel. Well, it used to be my state, too. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll one. 1:30. And there's Cleveland baseball fan. Aaron conspicuously missing from the lineup, although he did pinch hit in real life. Aaron, Keogh, Thomas, and Matthews all pinch hit. Altman and Stewart pinch hit for the Cubs. Again, I just use those as a guideline. So here's Adolfo Phillips as we're ready to roll. He's hitting .282 on the season. A pair of homers, 15 RBIs. Cloninger ready now. Oh, there's that sound again. 5-6 swung on and missed, strike 3. 5-6 right-handed, down goes Phillips, and we are underway after a long time. Oh, I had a wonderful time there, Joel. Here's Beckert now hitting .338 on the season. No home runs, 9 RBIs, 19 runs scored. Cloninger gets the sign from Torrey now. The pitch to Beckert is a 4-7 right-handed. A single to 4 on a 6. That liner is speared by a diving Menke. Liner to third. Let's check that again. 4-7 right-handed batter. The roll is a 6. And Beckert lines out to third. I missed the sound of my tower. Oh, I had the auxiliary tower on the road, but it just wasn't the same. Here's Billy Williams now hitting .297, 6 home runs, tied for the team lead with Santo, and 18 RBIs. Cloninger staring in now. The pitch to Billy Williams. That's going to be a 6-8 left-handed swung on and missed, strike 3. Cloninger fans 2, 1-2-3 first. And after half an inning of play, Chicago nothing, Atlanta coming to bat. And there's David Cadwallader. Welcome. Hello, Jeffrey. Welcome. I'm going to have to dig into your channel a little bit and find out how the '69 season wound up. 26 days I was gone. And you'll have to bear with me today, as I'll tell you what, I am exhausted. There's Ben. The rumors are false. I am alive and well. Here is the Atlanta's lineup now. Felipe Alou leads off at first base. Woody Woodward at short hits second. Gary Geiger will be in right field playing for Aaron today. He hits third. Mac Jones in center in the cleanup spot. Joe Torre, the catcher, hits fifth. Rico Carty in left bat sixth. Menke at third base. Frank Bowling at second round out the lineup. Cloninger, a good hitting pitcher. 7 hitting pitcher. Jenkins no slouch either at 6. So 2 good hitting pitchers in this ball game. And the Cubs defensively will have Hundley catching. The infield, Banks, Beckert, Kessinger, and Santo, same as usual. In the outfield, left to right, Byron Brown in left, Phillips in center, and Billy Williams over in right. Felipe Alou steps in. Jenkins ready to work now. Alou hitting .329 on the season. 4 homers, 22 RBIs. 21 extra base hits for Felipe. Jenkins set now. Here's the pitch to Felipe Alou. That's a 3-6 right-handed, and he wraps a single right up the middle for a leadoff single. Base hit Felipe. First base runner of the game. Let's see if I remember how to keep score. No threat to steal. And here's Woody. Woody hitting .278 on the season. No homers, but 15 runs batted in. Jenkins out of the stretch. Here's the pitch now. It's a 6-8 right-hander. A grounder down to third base. Sano has it. Throws to Beckert for 1. The turn to first, not in time. That'll be a force. That'll go 5-4. Alou is forced. And now Woodward stands at first with 1 away. Glad to be back, David. Thank you very much. Looks like the gang is mostly here. I have not seen Kenyon yet. Could be an oversight on my part. Hell, I didn't expect this many people after being gone this long. Believe me, I'm not complaining. Here's Gary Geiger now. Geiger hitting .261 on the season, just 18 for 69, playing in his 28th game. He does have 4 home runs. Jenkins out of the stretch. The pitch to Geiger is a 6-3 left-handed, a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be for Byron Brown. Brown a 4-E-12 out there. Tough play as he racing towards the gap. 4-E-12 on a 17. He's there on the run. And so deep that Woodward's able to tag up and take second. So 7X, fly ball A, runner to second. So that puts the runner in scoring position with 2 down for Mac Jones. Let's look at Jones' numbers. Jones just 2 for 18 on the season. One of those hits a home run, however. Left-handed batter. Jenkins checks the runner. The pitch to Jones is a 4-8 left-handed, and he walks him, ball 4. 2-out walk to Jones. And there's Perry. Hi, Perry. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. And welcome to Michael Haynes. Played off and on for 40 years. It's a great game, isn't it, Michael? I've been playing for over 50 myself. Here's Torrey now. Torrey hitting .326, 5 homers, leads, no he does not lead, 28 RBIs, second to Aaron's 29. Jenkins in a little bit of a jam here in the first. First and second, 2 away. Here's the pitch to Torrey. That's going to be a 3-7 right-handed. That's laced. 2-star single. Here comes Woodward to score. Jones into third. It's an RBI for Joe Torrey, and the Braves take an early 1-0 lead. I got new ones first in January. I'm going to have to get new ones again here in a couple of months. 1-0 Atlanta. Here's Cardi. Cardi, the leading hitter on the team at .380. 35 for 92, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Jenkins checks the runners. The pitch to Cardi is a 4-4 right-handed. Catcher's card X. That's for Hundley. Hundley a 2E6. Fine defensive catcher. And here's the roll on the play. On a 20, foul out to the catcher, no advance, and that ends the inning. 2X, side retired. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 left on. We played an inning, and the Braves lead it 1-0. I don't think they were, Franklin, but they had Chief Nakahoma. Remember him? Out in the left field area, beyond the left field fence, he had his teepee, and when the Brave would hit a home run, he'd come out and do his war dance. I'm sure that would go over real well these days. Oh, my goodness. How times have changed. Here's Santo. He leads the club in hitting at .364. Half a dozen homers and a team leading at 28 RBIs. Cloninger set now. The pitch to Santo is a 6'5" right-handed. It's a high fly ball to left field. Backing up is Carty at the track. Hauls it in for the out. So Santo gave it a ride. Died in left field, and Carty able to make the catch. Welcome, Jeremiah, and thank you. Oh my, I gotta say though, I am exhausted, guys. You cut me some slack today. We're gonna crawl through this one somehow and get back in the groove. Here's Ernie Banks. Banks hitting .235 this season so far. A pair of homers, 14 RBIs. Cloninger stares in. Here's the windup on the pitch to Banks. That's 2-2. Grounder down to third. Menke has it over to first. And there's 2 away. Here is Byron Brown now. Brown hitting .294. 5 homers, 16 RBIs for Byron as Cloninger goes into the windup. The pitch to Brown is a 1-4 right-handed. He struck him out. Third strikeout of the game for Cloninger. 6 up and 6 down. It's still 1-0 Braves as we go to the bottom of the second. And pretty much all the playoffs occurred while I was away. And now we have a Dodger-Yankee World Series. First time since 1981. I remember that one. I remember where I was. Obviously, I'm for the Dodgers. I kind of expect the Yankees to win it, however. We'll see what happens. I'm going to give myself a 2, David, but we're going to press through fatigued. The Rays would settle for yes. They could have I'm not sure a TP would fit for Tampa Bay. What could they have? A pool with Rays in it? Perhaps out there? I don't know. Bottom third of the order for Atlanta here in the bottom of the second. It'll be Menke to start us off. He's hitting .279 on the year. 4 homers, 16 RBIs. Jenkins set now. The pitch to Menke is a 4-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Menke. Excellent pitch there from Ferguson. And it's Fergie's first strikeout of the game. Here's Bowling now. Looking for Bowling's stats here. He's hitting .250, 16 for 64. No homers, 7 RBIs. Jenkins set now. Here's the pitch to Bowling. That's going to be a 4-9 right-handed. Triple on a 1. It's a fly to center. Phillips glides back and puts it away on a 14. 2 down quickly, and here's the pitcher, Cloninger. He's a 7 with end power. Cloninger, of course, in real life, the only pitcher ever to hit 2 grand slams in one game. Jenkins with the pitch. 3-5 righty. Grounder down to first. Banks will take it to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jenkins. We've played 2. It's 1-0 Braves. And there's Rick. Welcome, Rick, and thank you for that tidbit. I did not know that. So Chief Nakahoma was drunk. I shouldn't even laugh, but it is kind of funny. And he was fired. I don't know who's favored. Who's favored? Yeah, the Hurricane. I saw that. They were all set up there with the cots and everything. The what would you call it? The place of salvation. That's where people were supposed to go, right? And it blew the roof, part of the roof off of it. I'm sure Franklin's not surprised. Franklin's never had a good thing to say about that stadium. In fact, Franklin, you could probably tell us a lot more about it. We're cruising relaxed and slow today as we go into the third inning. The bottom third for the Cubs coming up against Cloninger. Randy Hundley will start us off. Randy on the season is hitting, where is Hundley? He's hitting .265, 4 homers. His 19 RBIs are second on the club to Santo. Cloninger set now. Here's the pitch. 110 right-handed, fly ball into right. Easy play for Geiger. He'll take it. 1 away. Kessinger, the switch hitting shortstop, hitting .264. No homers, 6 ribbies. Cloninger set. Here's the pitch to Dawn. It's a 1-3 right-handed. He struck him out. Called strike 3. That's number 4 for Tony Cloninger, who's really on his game so far today. Here's Jenkins now. He's a 6 with end power, right-handed hitter. Pitch from Tony, 6-7 right-handed, and he loses him. Ball 4. First base runner for Chicago, a walk by Jenkins. How about that? That'll turn the lineup over and get Adolfo Phillips to bat here in the third. He struck out his first time against Tony Cloninger. Cloninger checks the runner. Now set. From the stretch, it's a 3-7. Struck him out. Oh my goodness. 5 Ks for Cloninger in 3 innings. That was on the batter's card. I may have missed one of those. Just remembered that one. Wow, there I am rusty. No runs, no hits, a man left. Interesting, Ben. So they figured that was for I'm tongue-tied today. That would have been where you go after the fact, right? Okay, after the storm passed, if you were flooded or needed a place to stay or something. The idea would have been to go to the stadium. Holy crap, a Jiffy Pop top. I remember Jiffy Pop. No, to shelter from the approaching tornado. Wow. So what's the reasoning there then, Ben? I'm a bit confused. Last room you want to be in, and that's where, well, I guess it's the only place big enough to hold a lot of people, so they just hope that it doesn't hit that, right? And that's what they did in New Orleans, right? It's just that easy to, well, and it did. And, you know, I don't know much about that stadium, but the Mariners ballpark, that roof is simply to protect from, it's an umbrella, right? It's not even really a roof. It'll keep the rain out, but that's about it. Oh my God, Franklin had to shelter at a local high school. Holy crap. And Rick, I'll tell you, Franklin would definitely second that, I know. Ferguson Jenkins getting ready to work the bottom of the third in this one. Top of the order for Atlanta, they lead at 1-0. The Lou singled his first time up, was forced. Jenkins gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That's a 4-6 right-handed. Double to 15. That is down on a 2 for extra bases. That'll roll to the wall. Lou out of the box. Pulls up at second with a stand-up double. So Felipe Alou 2 for 2 today. Whoa, that was fortunate. I think my cousin in Sarasota, they were coming back 2 days after, I believe, and were expected to be without power for another 5 days, but they didn't want to stay in Jacksonville any longer. Here's Woody now, hit into a force play in the first. He came around to score the game's only run so far. Jenkins checks the runner at second. To wind up the pitch to Woody, that's a 3-9 right-handed. Grounder down to third. Sano has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. One down. And here's Gary Geiger. Jenkins checks the runner, stares in. The pitch to the left-hander is a 5-5 left-handed single to 3 on a 12. That liner is speared by Beckert at second. Alou back to the bag. Double checking that roll again. Indeed, a line out to second. And that'll bring up Mac Jones. Mac walked his first time. Jenkins trying to get out of this inning now after a leadoff double by Alou. There's 2 down, and the pitch to Jones. And we got a dice out of the tower. That'll be a re-roll as Jones fouls one back. Jenkins rubs up a new ball. Now he's set. Next pitch to Mac is a 1-8 single to center. That's an open single. Alou can try to score. Alou of 14 with 2 outs, 16. The center fielder Phillips is 0. They're sending him. The throw to the plate, 1-16. He's out at the plate. Oh my goodness. What a throw by Adolfo Phillips to gun down Alou at the plate. That'll end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, a man left. Braves still lead it 1-0. Huge play there. What an impressive throw by Phillips. One hopper, it was close, but he was out. Wonder if that would help me at all. If I put that light on, though, doesn't that throw a shadow on it? Yeah, that's what I don't like about that. I really could use a little more light here. That seems a little clearer. Okay, let's try that one for a while. Beckert, Williams, and Sando due for the Cubs here. They trail by a run. Glenn Beckert, line to third, his first time up. Cloninger into the windup. Here's the pitch to Glenn Beckert on a 1-5 right-handed base hit up the middle. It's the first Cubs hit of the day. A leadoff single by Glenn Beckert. Beckert a star 16 Steeler. Let's check the Atlanta battery now. Cloninger to +1. Torrey is 0. That would make Beckert a 17. He'll have to be held at 15. And he's going to try for that lead. He needs a 7. Does not get the lead. And it'll be up to Williams here, who struck out his first time up. Cloninger from the stretch. The pitch to Billy. 3-3. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Cloninger. 1 down, and here's Santo. Santo, of course, the team's RBI leader. 0 for 1 today. Cloninger out of the stretch. Pitch to Santo is a 3-10, and he walks him. Ball 4, and the Cubs have something going here in the 4th. Beckert down to second. Ernie Banks, the batter. Byron Brown on deck. Banks, 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. Cloninger checks the runners now from the stretch. Comes into Banks on a 3-8 right-handed base hit into center field. That's an open single. Beckert can try to score on that. He's a 14 with 1 out. Center fielder Jones a 0. We're going to play it conservative and hold him up. I can hear the groans, but I don't like to make the second out at the plate. Bases loaded with 1 down. Byron Brown due, Hundley on deck. Cloninger, flawless for 3 innings, is in trouble now here in the 4th with the bases loaded and 1 away. And there's action in the Atlanta pen. Mostly right-handers do. Clay Carroll begins to throw. Infield at double play depth with 1 out. Cloninger hoping for a ground ball here as he comes set. The pitch to Brown. 3-6. He walks him to force in a run. A bases loaded walk to Brown, and it's a tie ball game. Beckert crosses the plate. That's an RBI for Brown. Sano to third. Banks to second. And out to the mound goes Joe Torre. Cloninger nodding as Hundley steps in from the right side. Now Torre back behind the plate into the crouch. Still at double play depth, tie ball game. The pitch to Randy Hundley is a 3-8 right-handed ground ball to second. That's going to get the go-ahead run across, however, as Bowling flips to Alou for the out and everybody moves up. So 4-3 grounder. That allows Sano to score to make it 2-0. Banks to third, Brown to second. 2 down, and it's Kessinger. Contemplating putting him on here and pitching to Fergie. And that's what they're going to do. You guys know I rarely walk the 8-hitter intentionally. It just feels to me like Cloninger needs a little help to get out of this inning. The Braves hoping he can retire Fergie and get his team back up to the plate. Bases loaded, 2 out. Here's the pitch to Ferguson Jenkins now. That's a 4-9 right-handed fly ball to right. Geiger under it. And the strategy works. Side retired. But the Cubs take the lead on 2 runs, 2 hits, and they leave the bases full. Oh, what an inning. 2-1 Chicago here. There's Kenyon. Thank you, sir. It looks like most of the gang's all here. So then I have to ask the question, having been gone so long, and it was, what was it, the 9th or the 10th I did my last stream? How did you guys all find me so quick? Does YouTube notify you? See, I have to be on my computer to see that. I'm not very good with cell phones. I'm much better on the laptop. I'm assuming that you guys have like a cell phone ding or something. Otherwise, you'd have to be at the computer anyway, right? I mean, what would be the odds of that? Jenkins now holds a 2-1 lead as he gets ready to go to work in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Torre, Cardi, and Menke. I see. Oh, I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, Franklin, and I never get notified. I mean, I don't understand it. Anyway, not important at the moment. I'll look into that. Or maybe somebody can explain it to me. Torre, an RBI single his first time up. Jenkins stares in. The wind up, the pitch to Joe Torre is a 6-6 right-handed. It's a fly ball into right. Can of corn for Billy Williams, who makes the catch for out number 1. That brings Rico Cardi to the plate. Cardi 0 for 1 today. Jenkins the sign from Hundley now. Here's the pitch to Cardi on 2-6. Double to 3. That's a base hit. Cardi rounds and holds with a long single on the roll of an 8. A one-out single by Carty, tying run aboard as Dennis Menke strides to the plate. Dennis struck out his first time today. Ah, thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. That sounds simple enough. Jenkins out of the stretch. Pitch to Dennis Menke on a 1-7. A single to 6. Is that a flat 6? Not quite, unfortunately. That's going to be a re-roll on the 20, and he gets it anyway on the 3. So to summarize, 1-7 single 1-6. It's a 1-star single, so Carty will stop at second. And the Braves battle back here in the 4th. Frank Bowling will be the batter. Bowling flew to center his first time up. Cloninger on deck. Jenkins set. From the stretch, it's a 6-3 right-handed, a fly ball to left field X. It's Byron Brown. Brown a 4-E12. The roll on the plate is a 6, and he cannot get that. That's down for extra bases. Here comes Carty to score. Menke will stop at third on an RBI double by Frank Bowling, and the game is tied once again. So Bowling comes through. Bowling, of course, not technically supposed to be in the starting lineup. But in the real-life game, Alan Moore batted once, and Lee Thomas pinch hit for him with Bowling taking over at second. Woodward would eventually move from short to second when Eddie Matthews' pinch hit took over at third, moving Menke to short. Not that we're going to do that. Okay, it's a tie game, second and third, 1 out. The Cubs will bring the infield in for a pretty good hitting pitcher, Tony Cloninger. Jenkins checks the runners. Here's the pitch to Tony. That's a 4-6 right-handed double to 15, but on a 20, racing back to make the catch is Phillips. Menke will tag and score on a sac fly by Cloninger. And the Braves retake the lead 3-2. 4-6, a double to 15, the roll of 20. Fly ball B to center. Felipe Alou will bat with a runner at second and 2 away. Alou 2 for 2 in this one. Jenkins set. Here's the pitch to Felipe on a 5-3. It's a grounder to the pitcher X. Jenkins a 2-E24. Here's the roll on the play now. It is a 6 error range. The roll of a 7 on an E24, and Jenkins can't handle it. That'll be an error on Ferguson Jenkins. Alou safe at first. So E1. Bowling moves over to third. And that'll get Woody Woodward to the plate. First error of the game. First and third, 2 down. Here's Woody. He's 0 for 2 today. Six right-handed, fly ball to right and playable for Billy Williams, waiting for it to come down and squeezes it for the final out of the inning. The Braves retake the lead. 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave a pair. There was an error. Through 4 innings of play, it's Braves 3, Cubs 2. And thank you, Ben. I'll tell you, I was happy to see that all the games are at 5:08 p.m. Pacific, because I didn't want to schedule one of my games directly across a World Series game at the same time as a World Series game. I mean, you know what I mean. So that won't be an issue. Well, I'll be watching. Dodger fan here, and I'll be watching, looking for the Yankees to hand the Dodgers another World Series loss. Hope not, but that's how I see it. Mostly because of the pitching situation, to be honest. This bullpen game stuff, how long can that work? I mean, really. Top of the order for the Cubs now as they try to battle back in the fifth. Phillips struck out twice against Cloninger. Cloninger into the windup. That's going to be a 3-2 righty, a fly ball to right. Geiger's right there to catch it. One away. Here's Beckert now, 1 for 2 today. Cloninger gets the sign from Torrey. There's the windup. Here's the pitch, 3-4. Right-handed fly to left field. Rico Cardi moving to his left, puts it away quickly, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Billy Williams. Base is empty. Williams has struck out both times today against Cloninger. Cloninger into the windup. 2-7 right-handed. Fly ball to straightaway center. Jones backing up. And they spread it around with a fly ball to each outfielder. A 1-2-3 inning for Cloninger, who regains control. Then we go to the bottom of the fifth, still a 3-2 game. Jenkins, an 8-inning starter. Cloninger, 7 for endurance. It'll be the heart of the order, Geiger, Jones, and Torrey. Catching up on the chat here. Yeah, on the O's. I had the O's as my preseason favorite to win it all, and I was not alone. Here's Geiger now, 0 for 2. Jenkins gets the sign from Hundley. The wind up, the pitch is a 4-4 left-handed. That's going to be catcher's card X. That's for Hundley. Hundley a 2E6, and here's the roll on the play. That'll be the E range. It's a 7 on a 6, and it's a little ground ball out in front of the plate. Hundley hops on it quickly, fires down to Banks for the out. So 2-3X, 1 away. And Mac Jones will be the batter. Jones singled and walked so far. Jenkins into the windup. The pitch to Jones is a 2-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's just the second K, I believe, for Fergie. That's correct. 2 Ks for Fergie. 2 down, and it's up to Torrey. Torrey 1 for 2 at RBI single back in the first. Jenkins gets the sign. The windup. The pitch to Joe is a 180. Pops him up left side. Kessinger's got it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ferguson Jenkins. 5 innings in the books. It's Braves 3, Cubs 2. Anyone have any particular rooting interest in this one? Cubs fans, Braves fans? The Cubs started out like 1-10 or 1-11. I'd have to go back and look at that now. It was something like that. So their 14-16 record, considering their start to the season, very impressive. The Cubs twice cost me money in the playoffs, I can tell you that, Ben. Santo, Banks, and Brown due for Chicago as we move to the 6th. Ron Santo 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch now from Tony Cloninger. 3-6 right-handed, and he draws the walk. A leadoff walk to Santo, his second of the game. Not a threat to run, and here's Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Banks 1 for 2. Cloninger checks the runner. Now from the stretch, that's going to be a 5-9 right-handed swung on and missed. Strike 3, number 7 for Cloninger. That's the first out. Here's Brown now. Brown 0 for 1 with a walk. Bases loaded walk to drive in a run. Cloninger from the stretch, 110 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Carty to the track, to the wall. It's gone. And the Cubs retake the lead on a 2-run blast by Byron Brown. Oh my goodness. Let's take another look at that one. 110 righty. No doubt about it. 1-15. The roll is an 11. And for Byron Brown, that is his 6th home run of the season. Sano scores ahead of him, and it's 4-3 Chicago in this back and forth contest. And the fireworks go off here. Fireworks courtesy of Ben Witz, of course. Holy cow. That was exciting. Here's Hundley now. One out, nobody on. Randy 0 for 2 today. Cloninger set. 4-9 right-handed is a fly ball to right field. That's Geiger. He'll take it for the second out. Don Kessinger steps to the plate. 0 for 1 was walked intentionally in the 4th. The pitch from Cloninger is a 4-10 left-handed. That's catcher's card X. That's Torrey. Torrey a 2-E7. The roll on the play in 18. It's a foul out to the catcher, and the side is retired. The Cubs retake the lead, however. A 2-run blast by Brown. And it's a 4-3 game, Cubs leading. Both starting pitchers still out there. Excuse me. Oh, man. The fatigue factor is kicking in for me. Not for the starting pitchers yet. Cardi, Menke, and Bowling do as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Rico's 1 for 2 in this one. Jenkins gets the sign from Hundley. Here's the windup and the pitch to Cardi. It's a 6-5 right-handed grounder to short. Into the hole is Kessinger. Plants and throws in time. Cardi retired. And the batter will be Menke. Menke 1 for 2. Jenkins gets the sign. Here's the pitch now. 5-3 righty, a grounder to the pitcher X, 2E24 as Jenkins is tested again on the X-ray. 16 E rating, it's a 10 on an E24, and he makes a fine play and throws him out. Nice play, Jenkins. Remember, he made an error the first time. That goes 1-3X, Menke retired. And the batter will be Bowling. Oh, yeah, Mookie's gassed. I don't know who's more tired. Don't you wish we could ask him? Bowling 1 for 2 with a double. Jenkins into the windup. The pitch to Bowling, a 4-6 right-handed. Double to 15. That's going to be down and a roll to the wall. Phillips gets it back in as Bowling comes in, standing with his second double of the afternoon. Trailing in the 6th, now it's decision time. We have Cloninger, a good hitting pitcher. I'm going to let him hit. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to let him hit. Jenkins pitching to Tony Cloninger. On a 6-7 right-handed, struck him out. And down go the Braves in the 6th. No runs, a hit. 1 left on. We've played 6 innings. It is 4-3 Cubs. My thinking there, just besides Cloninger being a good hitting pitcher, he's actually pitched a very good game. He made a mistake to Brown, but he's only allowed 3 hits. And a close game, a very good duel between 2 veteran pitchers here. I'd like to keep that going. Jenkins also will hit. He's a 6. Cloninger ready to work now. The windup to pitch to Fergie is a 3-12. Struck him out. Jenkins goes down swinging back to the top of the order, and Adolfo Phillips. Phillips 0 for 3, but his biggest contribution came when he threw out Alou at the plate back in the 3rd. Cloninger into the windup. That's a 5-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So that is now 9 strikeouts for Tony Cloninger. 2 down, nobody on, and Beckert the hitter. Cloninger into the windup. Pitch to Glenn Beckert. It's a 4-4. Grounder to third base X. That'll be Menke. Menke diving towards the line. He's a 3E15. The roll on the play. On a 15. He's got it. Fine play by Menke to his feet. Throws him out to retire the side. What a play by Dennis Menke to end the inning. 5-3X. 1-2-3 inning for Cloninger, who rewards his manager's faith in him for letting him bat in the bottom of the 6th. As we stretch for the 7th, it is 4-3 Cubs. And let's take a look at Franklin asked about the fatigued Mookie. Well, it'll come as no surprise to anyone to find him at the top of the tower. Mookie, are you awake, buddy? Meow, meow. Kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, yeah, he's out. Looks like half of it is hanging off the end there. A lot of miles for the Mook and me. Get the camera back in position. He is bigger, isn't he, Franklin? I thought about that earlier today. I was thinking, I wonder if anyone will notice that he's gotten bigger. Here's Jenkins now, ready to work the bottom of the 7th. He's an 8-inning starter, and he'll be facing the top of the Atlanta lineup, Alou, Woodward, and Geiger. Alou, 2 hits and reached on an error, so he's been on all 3 times today. As Jenkins comes set, here's the windup on the pitch to Felipe on a 3-7. Fly ball to center. That's playable for Phillips. He's there, 1 down. That'll bring up Woody. Woody 0 for 3. Jenkins into the windup now. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-6. Single to 16 on an 11. That's down past the diving Kessinger and into left field for a 1-out single. So the tying run is aboard. And that's going to get somebody going in the Cubs pen. Ted Abernathy begins to toss down there. Exactly, man. My favorite kids are other people's kids. Here's Geiger, 0 for 3 today. Jenkins checks the runner. Crucial at bat for Jenkins here. Pitch to Geiger is a 1-9 right-handed. He struck him out. Oh my, big out for Ferguson Jenkins and for the Cubs. And it'll be up to Mac Jones. Jones 1 for 2 with a walk. Jenkins throw to first. Woodward back to the bag. Now stares in, and the pitch to Jones. 2-4 right-handed, a grounder down to first. Taken by Banks. He'll take it himself, and the side is retired. No runs a hit, one left. We played 7. Cubs lead it 4-3. Both starting pitchers still in the game as we go to the 8th. Heck of a game, and despite being totally wiped out, I'm having a great time here. I'm glad we had a nice close game, first game back. Heart of the order for the Cubs, Williams, Sano, and Banks, all 3 in the Hall of Fame. Billy Williams 0 for 3 in this one. He struck out twice. Cloninger into the windup. Comes in there with a 6-4 left-hander. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Geiger at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Billy Williams. And the Cubs add on here in the 8th. For Billy, his 7th home run of the season. It's a 6-4 left-handed. The roll a 1. Clay Carroll up again in the Atlanta pen, and here's Santo. Santo 0 for 1, walked twice. Cloninger gets the sign from Torrey. There's the pitch to Santo now on a 2-6. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Cardi back at the track. Makes the catch at the wall on a 20. Holy cow. Slight blip there as someone tried to call in. Unknown caller, we won't take that. 1 down, here's Banks. Carroll about ready. 1 for 3, Banks. Cloninger the windup. The pitch. 5-12 right-handed as a grounder down to third base. Menke has it, throws him out, 2 down. You'd have to think one more base runner is going to do it. Here's Brown. Brown homered and walked. Here's the pitch now on a 2-4. He struck him out. His 10th K of the game. What a game for Tony Cloninger. 10 strikeouts for Tony. But it's the Cubs who lead it. They tack on an insurance run on the Billy Williams home run. And they now lead by 2, 5-3. Going to the bottom of the 8th, let's take a look at the Cubs defensively, as we always do. We could fix the outfield a little bit better defensively. Ty Klein could play center. Brown would stay in left. That's really about all we can do. So Phillips will come out. Ty Klein will take over in center. He's a 2E10 with a +1. 14 runner. Could be either one of those things. Political or Medicare. I'm thinking about changing mine, actually. I need to look into that. Didn't give that much thought while I was on the road. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Braves trail by 2 now. They'll send up Torrey, Cardi, and Menke against Fergie Jenkins. Jenkins in his first inning of potential fatigue. Torrey 1 for 3 on the day. Jenkins into the windup. Pitch to Torrey is a 4-9 right-handed, a triple on a 1. That's going to hold up in center for Klein. Just inserted into the game. He makes the catch for the out. The ball will find you. Ty Klein. Nice play for the first out of the inning. Here's Carty now, 1 for 3. Jenkins staring in. The windup and the pitch on a 4-9. Same roll, fly to center. The roll is a 3. Phillips there. Sorry, I just said it. Oh, man, excuse me. That was terrible. Klein there. 2 balls to Klein, and it's up to Menke. Menke 1 for 3. Jenkins into the windup. It's a 1-11 right-handed. A ground ball up the middle, cut off by Kessinger. Twists and fires for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Ferguson Jenkins. 8 innings in the books. It's 5-3 Cubs. I think I have 24, Michael. I believe it's 24, although I do have some computer-only cards I've printed out. See, we've got Krug and Hernstein for the Cubs. Players I've used. If they just have 1 or, 5 at-bats or 5 innings, I don't bother. Alomar, Keogh, and Umbach. Keogh actually pinch hit in this game in real life. And he might be used in the 9th. Cloninger, certainly his last inning of work, as he's due to bat second in the bottom of the inning. He'll be facing Beckert, Williams, and Sando. Hundley 0 for 3. Cloninger the sign. The windup, the pitch is a 6-6 right-handed. That's a triple to 5. On a 13, Hundley will settle for a long single, and he's got his first hit of the afternoon. Leadoff single by Randy Hundley. And that'll ring up Kessinger, 0 for 2 with a walk. We need a left-hander, don't we? We've been through this with this team, though, right? Both of their lefties are backwards. Give me a moment to look at this Dick Kelly here. Yeah, not really much help. And we've already seen Billy O'Dell blow up against lefties. He's actually good against righties. Olivo or Carroll, it would come down to then. Might be Olivo. No, it's going to be Carroll, and he's ready. Cloninger will pitch to Kessinger from the stretch. 5-4 left-handed fly to center field X. That's going to be Mac Jones. Jones a 3E7, ranging back, still going back. Here's the roll on the play on a 10E range. It's a 4 on an E7, and he boots it. A 2-base error by Jones, and Hundley winds up at third. First error for the Braves. And Jenkins will come to the plate. And here comes Bragan, and that's going to do it. They're going to make the move right here. Pitcher up or not. Cloninger, perhaps rattled by the error. That's true. We've got Aaron on the bench. Excellent point, Franklin. Clay Carroll will come on. Cloninger, a fine game, no doubt about it. 8+. Just 5 hits. He gave up a couple of home runs. walked four, one of those intentional, and 10 strikeouts. 5 runs allowed so far, but runners at second and third, his responsibility as Clay Carroll enters the game to face Ferguson Jenkins. Ty Klein in the on-deck circle. Carroll in the replay. 13 appearances, one of those a start, but he's 1-3 with a pair of saves and a very high 6.08. A good card for Carroll. He's due for better numbers. The Braves are already trailing by 2. We'll have to bring the infield in here. Second and third, nobody out. Fergie Jenkins at the plate, right-handed hitter. Carroll ready to work now. The pitch on a 2-5 struck him out. Jenkins strikes out for the second time today, and Ty Klein will have his first at bat of the game. Made 2 plays defensively, and now comes to bat for the first time. Klein hitting .273, just 6 for 22. He has 1 ribby. Infield still in, left-handed batter. Carroll with the pitch. 5-8 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's bowling. Bowling a 3-E16. The roll on the play. On a 5, he's got it with the infield in. Runners will have to hold. So the infield in prevents a run. A fine play by Bowling. 4-3X. And there's 2 down. Glenn Beckert, the hitter. Billy Williams on deck. Carroll staring in now, trying to keep this at a 2-run ball game. The pitch to Glenn. 5-7, grounder to short. Woodward has it, throws him out. Carroll comes in and puts out the fire. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. The Cubs leading 5-3. Hey, Frank, there he is. Now the gang's all here. Abernathy ready behind him. He's just watching now as Jenkins trying for the complete game here. It'll be Bowling or Willett. Bowling not a good hitter. We could use 2 pinch hitters. We've got Aaron available. Who would lead off? We'll use Aaron in the 9 spot. The object here to get somebody on and then get Aaron to the plate, right? Lee Thomas is going to bat for Bowling. Thomas pinch hit in this game in real life. This game far from over. Lee Thomas, the lefty, steps to the plate, and Hank Aaron grabs the bat and comes out into the on-deck circle. Thomas hitting just 195 so far. 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. Jenkins gets the sign from Hundley now. The pitch to Lee Thomas is a 1-11. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Billy Williams at the track, at the wall. It's gone. A pinch hit home run by Lee Thomas, and suddenly it's a 1-run ball game. Holy smoke. Lee Thomas. His 3rd home run of the season. And here comes Henry Aaron, representing the tying run at the plate. The fans are on their feet here in Atlanta. Aaron hitting just .209, but 12 home runs, tied with Willie Mays for the major league lead, and 29 runs batted in. So while he hasn't hit for much of an average yet, he's produced runs. Abernathy is ready. Conference on the mound. Hundley out there. Sano and Kessinger in. They're going to stick with Jenkins. Fergie Jenkins against Hank Aaron, 2 Hall of Famers here in a 1-run ball game. Jenkins set. The pitch to Hammer and Hank is a 3-5. He struck him out. Oh my goodness. What a pitch by Ferguson Jenkins to retire Henry Aaron and get the first out of the inning. Boy, and it was drama time, Franklin. Holy cow. Here's Felipe Alou, 2 for 4 today. Jenkins staring in. Here's the windup to pitch to Felipe on a 6-7. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Jenkins trying to finish it with a flourish. 2 strikeouts. And it's up to Woody Woodward. Let's check the bench. Okay, we already need a second baseman. We could put Alomar in there. Could move Menke to short. Woodward 1 for 4. We're going to take an all or nothing shot and bring Eddie Matthews off the bench, who also pinch hit in this game in real life. So here's Matthews with the game on the line. 5-4 Cubs, 2 out. Matthews has 3 home runs on the season, a dozen RBIs. Left-handed hitter. And Hundley's going out to the mound, probably going over how they're going to pitch Matthews. Okay, we're set now. Matthews the lefty standing in there. Jenkins the windup. The pitch to Eddie Matthews. 1-5. That's into the gap for extra bases. Matthews in with a double. And the tying run is in scoring position. Here comes DeRocher, and that's going to do it for Jenkins. Abernathy will come on and try to notch the save. So Jenkins almost able to finish it. 8 2/3 innings. $11 hits. Just 1 walk, typical Fergie Jenkins, right? And 4 strikeouts. Abernathy's been in 9 games, no record, 4 saves, and an ERA of an even 3. Facing Eddie Matthews. Excuse me, no, he's not. Matthews is at second, facing Gary Geiger. Would run for Matthews, but I don't have enough players now to make this work. He would have to stay in and play third base. So it'll be up to Geiger. Matthews at second, representing the tying run. Geiger 0 for 4 on the afternoon. Abernathy set. The pitch to Geiger is a 4-9. That's into the gap, 1-14. He almost hits it out of here. Homer to 14. The roll is a 17. It's a double by Geiger, and this game is tied. Holy cow, and the fans go crazy here in Atlanta. Five to 5. Pretty close to the real life score there. Here's Mac Jones now. Jones 1 for 3 with a walk. Abernathy getting the sign. The pitch to Jones is a 2-11 grounder to first. Banks has it, takes it to the bag, and we're going to extra innings. Well, doesn't it just figure? All right, now we got to figure this out. So Matthew stays in the game at third base. For E27. 1 through 10 runner. Second base, Thomas is no help. Second base and shortstop, and they need a new pitcher. Pinch hit for Carroll. That'll be the 9 spot. That's going to be Olivo. So we've got Torrey, Cardi. Menke will have to go to short. And Alomar to second. So Alomar ends up playing after all. Alomar 3E17. Menke at short is a 4E38. Just exactly what I needed, dead tired, to go into extra innings here. But hey, that pumped me up, let me tell you. Got my second win there. What a ball game. Holy crap. Chichi Olivo coming on to pitch for the Braves. Olivo on the season, 11 scoreless innings he's pitched. Pair of saves, 7 appearances. He'll be facing the heart of the Chicago lineup, Williams, Santo, and Banks. Williams 1 for 4, but it was a big one. Home run in the 8th. Olivo gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Billy Williams on a 2-10 right-handed fly ball to left field. Playable for Cardi, who has it for out number 1. Ron Santo will be the hitter. He's 0 for 2, walked twice. Olivo into the windup. 6-9 right-handed. That's a triple to 2. On a 15, Santo will settle for a long single, and the go-ahead run is aboard here in the 10th inning. Santo at first, no threat to run, and Ernie Banks will come to the plate. Byron Brown on deck. Banks 1 for 4. Olivo from the stretch. Pitch to Ernie's a 5-11 base hit into left field, an open single. Santo could try to go for third. 11-9. Cardi is 0, no chance. They're going to hold him up. First and second, 1 down, and here's Brown. Brown 1 for 3, 2-run blast in the 6th. Olivo, a check of the runners. Byron Brown standing in, takes outside for ball 1. The next pitch from Olivo is a 2-11 fly ball to center field, playable for Jones. He's there for the second out. And it'll be up to Randy Hundley. Hundley 1 for 4 today. Olivo gets the sign. A pitch to Randy, a 1-12. Single to center. It's an open single. They're going to send him. Santo 11-13. The center fielder is 0. 1-13 to the plate. Here's the throw. He's out on a 14. Oh my goodness. How about that for drama? Holy crap. Santo gunned down at the plate on Hundley's single. 3 hits in the inning, nothing across, and we go to the bottom of the 10th. Just got him. Boy, if we had a replay in those days, they would have called for a replay on that one. Here's Abernathy now. Torrey, Carty, and Menke do for the Braves. Torrey 1 for 4 today. Abernathy gets the sign from Hunter. Here's the pitch to Torrey. It's a 3-7 right-handed base hit into center field, and he's aboard to lead it off. Now the question becomes, do we run for Torrey? He's the potential winning run. But who are you going to run with? De La Hoz and 11? Keogh could run. He's a 1-12. And Gene Oliver could catch, and that's pretty much going to shoot the works for the bench, but they're going to do it. Marty Keogh will run for Torrey. Keogh a 1-13, I think. It looks like a 13. Let me double check that in the computer game. I believe that's right. He is. He's a 1-13. No threat to steal. Rico Carty due up. Runner at first, nobody out. Carty 1 for 4. Abernathy from the stretch. Pitch to Carty. 6'9" right-handed. He pops him up left side. Santo under it. He's got it. 1 down. Dennis Menke will be the hitter now. 1 for 4 today. Abernathy checks the runner. The pitch to Menke on a 2-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. And it's going to be up to Alomar. Holy cow. They've got Mion or De La Hoz. Both weak. Alomar's going to hit. The pitch from Abernathy on a 6'8" left-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That'll be Beckert. Beckert a 2E26. Tough play for Glenn on a 10. It's a 12. On an E26, he makes the fine play to retire the side. Oh my goodness, what a play by Beckert. 4-3X, side retired, and we go to the 11th. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. And now in the catcher's spot, Keogh will be replaced by Gene Oliver, who will take over behind the plate. $44 plus 1. Thank you, Franklin. Appreciate it. I'm getting more than I bargained for here on my first game back. Olivo will pitch the 11th. He's due to lead off the bottom of the inning, so that'll be it for him. Holy cow. Kessinger, the pitcher's spot, and Ty Klein due for the Cubs. Kessinger batting left-handed against Olivo. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 2-5 right-handed. Single to nigh on an 8. He's got it just under the glove of a diving Alomar. And Kessinger's aboard. Kessinger a star 15 stealer. Olivo -1. Oliver +1. That's a wash. They'll have to hold Kessinger, making him a 13. And the Cubs will go to the bench. Their bench in a lot better shape than the Braves bench. Could go with Altman or Stewart. Altman has end power, however. Both pitch hit in this game in real life. It's going to be Altman. Altman in the replay, just 7 for 48, a 146 average. He does have 7 RBIs. Klein on deck. Olivo from the stretch. 5-7, a grounder to second. That's going to be 2. It's going to be Alomar to Woodward, to Alou, double play. That's exactly what the Braves needed, and they got it. The ground ball from Altman. 2 down, and Ty Klein, the hitter. Klein 0 for 1. Olivo gets the sign from Oliver. Here's the pitch to Klein. It's a 5-5 left-handed. He struck him out. So leadoff single to no avail as the Cubs go down in the 11th. And they'll have a new pitcher. Pinch hitter, Alou Matthews due. The Cubs are going to go to the left-hander, Billy Heft. One and a third for Abernathy. And hello, Philip. Welcome. Heft on the season has been hammered. 11 appearances, 9 1/3 innings, and a 10.61 ERA. Card obviously much better than that. Braves will start off with a batter for Olivo. Olivo worked 2. And the pinch hitter will be Mike De La Hoz. So De La Hoz to lead off the bottom of the 11th here. Most of the just under 12,000 still in the house. Heft, the left-hander, gets the sign from Hundley. Here's the pitch to De La Hoz. It's a 3-6 grounder to short. Kessinger to Banks for the putout. Felipe Alou will be the hitter with 1 down. Heft into the windup. The pitch to Felipe is a 3-7 grounder to short. It's Kessinger again. Throws him out, 2 down. And if we go into the 12th, I'm going to have to take a short break. Eddie Matthews due up. Geiger to follow, the main reason Hef was brought in here. Matthews came through with a key pinch hit double in the ninth. Left on left. Hef delivers 1-8 and he loses in ball 4. 2 out walk to Matthews. And that'll bring up Geiger. No one on the bench to replace him. Not much versus the lefty, but he has to hit. Left on left, here's the pitch. On a 1-9, he struck him out, and we're going to the 12th. I'm hedging my bet here, you can see that. Okay, I'm going to take a short break, use the restroom, and we'll be back for the 12th inning. Braves will need a new pitcher. With Beckert, Williams, and Santo. Due up, they're going to bring in Phil Niekro. I'll be right back. Okay, getting ready to go here. I'm going to have a little power bar here. Need something. Let's see how this looks. Looks like I can get the 12th in. Still read the card. I'm getting a little nutrition here before we continue. Niekro's been in 7 games. He's 0-1 with a save and a 3.29 ERA. He'll be facing Beckert, Williams, and Santo in the 12th. I want to thank you guys for watching and hanging in there with me. I have to admit, I did not need this today. I am just exhausted. Hopefully somebody can win this ball game. Beckert's going to lead it off. Glenn's 1 for 5 in this one as Niekro comes set. Flutters that knuckler in there on a 5-11 righty, and it's a base hit into left field for Beckert. So Beckert starts off with a ringing single to left. He's a star 15 stealer. Niekro a +2, Oliver a +1. 19 held. He's a 17. And he's going to try for the lead. Needs 7. Does not get it. So Beckert held at first. Billy Williams steps to the plate. Sano on deck. Heart of the order for the Cubs. Williams with a home run in this one. Necro set from the stretch. It's a 3-10 high fly ball to deep right field. Back at the track is Geiger at the wall. Leaps. It's gone. Holy smoke. Billy Williams with his second home run of the day. Now it's 7-5 Cubs. Let's take a look. 3-10, 1-15. He just cleared the wall. Billy Williams. That gives Williams 8 home runs on the season now. You might remember Williams got off to a very slow start, and now he's among the league leaders in home runs. Boy, that's going to deflate the crowd, that's for sure. And the batter will be Santo. The pitch from Necro on a 2-7 fly ball to center. That's playable for Jones. And that's the first out of the inning. Here's Ernie now. Banks has 2 hits today. Necro flutters one in there on a 2-8. That's a high fly ball to left field. Backing up his Cardi. It's off the top of the wall. Cardi chasing it down. Banks chugs into second with a double. Two left-handers in the Brave pen. They're going to stay with Necro. Billy Odell throwing. Brown 1 for 4, a walk and a home run. The pitch from Phil Necro. Knuckleball, 5-8, grounder down to third base. Matthews has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. That'll bring up Hundley, who's 2 for 5 on the afternoon. The pitch from Necro is a 3-5, struck him out. The Cubs score twice on the 2-run blast by Billy Williams. We go to the bottom of the 12th inning. 7-5 Chicago. Not much left on the, with really nothing left on the bench for Atlanta. I'm looking at their pen now. Cal Kuntz is going to be throwing. Heft, of course, will face Jones. He's in line to pick up the win. Left on left, Heft set. The pitch to Jones. It's a 1-7 ground ball to second base. Beckert has it, flips to Banks for the first out. And that'll bring up Gene Oliver. This matchup actually favors leaving Heft in. That's what we're going to do. Oliver is first at bat of the day. He came in after Torrey was pinch run for. Heft into the windup. The pitch to Gene Oliver on a 2-8. Struck him out. And the Braves are down to their last out. Some of the fans filing for the exits already. Not out of the woods by any means. The ever-dangerous Rico Cardi steps to the plate. And with Menke on deck, Kuntz about ready down there. Heft trying to nail this one down. Here's the pitch to Cardi. 3-3 left. He gets a grounder to first. Banks has it. He'll take it himself. And the Cubs win. What a game. Holy cow, that was intense. Seven to 5, the final here in 12 innings, and I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. So Necro 1 inning. Actually, guys, I'm going to total this one up later. I hope you'll all understand. A lot of stuff to fill out here, and I am just exhausted. I can tell you that we will have a game tomorrow, and it will be the Detroit Tigers at the Baltimore Orioles. Denny McLain takes them out for the Tigers. John Miller will get the start for Baltimore. So join me at 1:30 Pacific for that. I'll have the totals on this game at the time. But the Cubs continue their winning ways as of late. They let it going into the ninth, let it get away almost, and then salvaged it in the 12th. Player of the game, Billy Williams, of course, with 2 home runs. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's great to be back, and I should be a little more in sync tomorrow. Join me then. I'll look for you. Take care, guys. Thanks for all your support.